to today's video. As you can tell by the title, I'm doing an empty house tour. This house is our very first house that we bought, and we are putting it on the market tomorrow, I think. So I wanted to go ahead and do an empty house tour just so I have it for myself and just so we can remember what our first house looked like. Before I get started, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all to subscribe and like this video. We are in the process, in the very beginning process actually, of building our house. So if you are interested in those type of videos, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss anything, and let's get started. As I go through the house, I want to show you exactly everything that we have done to the house. We bought the house in 2014, it's 2019, and pretty much from the beginning we started adding onto the house, renovating things and just updating things as we went. The first thing you will see are these steps. When we first moved in, these steps did not have this rail right here at all. There was no banister. We obviously put a new banister here so it would match. Yeah, we added these two. And we also stained the steps this color. Originally, the steps were a yellow color, and one of the bigger things that we changed in the house is the floor. So as you can see, I'm in the living room. This was not the floor that was here when we moved. It was hardwood yellow color and I did not like it. So we actually had the opportunity to buy this flooring off a good friend of ours who works for a lumber company, and we got it so cheap. But we bought all that really cheap and were able to put that flooring throughout this entire floor. So the main floor has all this flooring in it, and then gradually we replaced all the baseboards and the trim. Originally there were hardwood wood colored trim, which I know a lot of people love, but I just love that classic white clean look. So I knew as soon as we moved in that I would at least want to paint them or replace them, and eventually we did replace them. All right. So before we move on into the kitchen, I'm gonna go ahead and go upstairs. As I said before, we did the stairs, we stained them, but then as we had kids, I realized that's not safe. Like going up and down on the slippery steps with kids and kids trying to go up and down them, it's just not very safe. So I decided that we should carpet the entire upstairs and the stairs themselves. So this is brand new carpet all upstairs. There is one bathroom. This is also another big project that my husband and I took on by ourselves pretty much. So the only thing that's original is the tub. The tub is the original with the house, and all this tile is new, the vanity is new, the fixtures are new, the mirror and lighting is new, and I'm pretty sure that's a new toilet as well. One of the bigger things that we did to this bathroom, which I think is a really good idea if you have a small bathroom, we added these built-in shelves, so you have a place to put towels or, you know, toiletry items, shampoo, soap, anything that you need. I think this will come in really handy, and it did come in handy for us once we moved Oliver upstairs and we started doing his baths up here. All right, so we're gonna move on to the bedroom that is to the right side of the stairwell. Here is the wall we had to add in order to put the those built-ins in. We had to push this wall out, and then we put just a tiny little shelf here and some outlets. So I think that'll be really nice for whoever stays here. They can put a lamp there, they can put maybe a TV or radio or whatever they want, and I think that's a little nice feature and detail that obviously wasn't here before when we moved in. So anyway, this room is the bigger room of the two up here, and this is the one that we had Oliver stay in. Like I said before, it was not carpeted, so he absolutely loved having his toys up here and being able to roll his cars and things and make all kinds of racket. And both of these rooms have storage into the attic area there. So we'll go across here to the other room. We also have in the hallway a laundry chute that goes all the way down to the basement. Bill used it more than I did. And I would always forget that I should check the laundry chute closet for laundry, and laundry would just sit there for forever. But if we had kids up here for a long period of time and they were older, I could see that being super handy, so you don't have to lug the dirty laundry all the way down to the basement. So top floor, middle floor, basement. So I could see that being super handy. Here's the second bedroom. It's not quite as big as the other one. It also has that storage area, but it's still quite large, I think, for a kid. You could easily put a full-size bed in here, or a twin bed, or 2 twins, and you could have a little area for like a desk, and the other side has this kind of area too. I think that's really nice. The only thing I don't love about the rooms up here is the ceiling is slanted. I feel like that takes up a lot of wall space. Like if you want to decorate or anything like that, there's not a lot of place to hang things. So that's the only downside that I don't love about those type of ceilings. And of course there are closets, enough space for a kid and even a single adult. All right, let's go back downstairs. And I forgot to mention there's also a coat closet. Mentioning the closet and everything, we also replaced all the doors and the doorknobs on this floor. Please focus, there we go. So when we first moved in, they were those flimsy little wood doors. They looked awful. And so we replaced all the doors and the doorknobs, and I think that really, really updates it, especially with the new white trim. So here is the kitchen, and this is like one of the biggest changes of the house that we did before selling it. This is not how it looked the entire time we lived here, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. This is where we would put our dinner table, our dining table. It's more like an eating kitchen, of course. This is the area you would put a microwave. We have this oven, and this is the new freshly painted cabinets. They were like a yellow color. They were actually really gross. And this, if you watch my vlogs, you know this entire area was the same color. This was yellow. This was yellow, the sink was yellow, and then the backsplash was like an off-white. So it was all pretty much off-white, yellowy colored kitchen, and it's just like, it was not good. And the sink was so disgusting, like it was scratched up, and it just wasn't pretty. So my mom and my Uncle Joe, if you've been watching my vlogs, you know that they've been working extra hard on doing this kitchen, and they also did this floor's bathroom. So this is actually paint. So they did a base color of black, and then like took sponges with white and brown, and then obviously put a top coat, and it's kind of actually sparkly. I don't know if you can tell that in the camera or not, but it looks so good. And then I absolutely love the backsplash. I think it looks great. They replaced these outlet covers so it matches everything, and I think they actually replaced it with new outlets as well. And this is a new sink. It needs this, the hose, it needs to be fixed and everything, but we're gonna get that done very soon. But I'm just so jealous that we did not get this type of sink when we were in this house, because I could have used it for sure. It was just not fun to look at that nasty old sink all the time. And it was not a high faucet, so like getting pots and pans under there wasn't fun. Anyway, it was just super old. And I forgot to mention, this house was built in 1965, and I'm pretty sure when we bought it, it was every single bit of this house was the original everything. So everything in this house was from 1965. So the fact that it looks like it's from this century / millennia is awesome, and I think whoever buys it they're gonna love it. So over here we decided Actually, my mom decided to not put this backsplash, but this type, because it's easier to clean off. And it's just I don't know, I guess it's plastic, but it's not, it doesn't have a bunch of grooves like this other backsplash. But I think it looks really good, and it gives it an extra little pop of uniqueness that most kitchens don't have. Moving on. So we're gonna go down the hallway, and when you go down the hallway, you have this door which leads down to our basement, which we'll do in a minute, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you the rest of this floor. And the next door you have is a utility closet, and at the very end of the hallway, you have a linen closet. And if you go to the right, you go into a small-ish bedroom. Honestly, it's probably only good for like a nursery or an office. I wouldn't exactly say this is big enough for like a full-grown kid to stay in. And you have this other door that leads out to the sunroom. And I wouldn't feel comfortable having a kid who knows how to get in and out of doors, you know, just having an exit pass right there to leave. So it's more like for an office or a nursery, and it has a very nice sized closet, which, sorry for all the stuff, and it has shelves in there. Again, new floor and new baseboards and trim. And you come over here, right across from the door to come in is another door, and you can go into this beautiful sunroom. This is probably the part when we first looked at this house that completely sold me on getting this house, was this room. Because at the time, I was teaching a lot of violin lessons privately, and I loved the idea of having this room as a studio room or a waiting area. And originally, before we had kids and before we moved to Texas, this room was my teaching studio. And so the kids would come behind my house onto the deck into this room, and they could wait or come straight on in for their lesson. And I just love the fact that it looks really nice, and they didn't have to go through my house to get to their lesson. So from this, you have a great view of the backyard, and it's just got a million windows. And it's great lighting. I did so many pictures in here of Liam for his monthly photos. I've filmed videos in here because of the great lighting, but it's just a really nice room, and it comes with a AC and a fireplace. So it's not insulated, so you need those things if you're gonna use it, unless it's just like the perfect day outside. But then right across from the nursery slash office is the master bedroom, which I don't know if you can actually call it a master bedroom because there's not a master bath attached to it, because that's not what they did back then. They didn't have bathrooms, at least in like normal sized houses, they didn't have a bathroom attached to a bedroom. So this is considered the master. It's the biggest room in the house, and I think it's really nice. I like that it has double window and a window over here. It has a good sized closet, and it's just very spacious. And again, it has this new flooring in it and new baseboards just to match the rest of the house. And I love the color of this wall. I don't know if you can tell, it's like a darker gray than the gray out there. And Mom painted it, and I was like, we need to know what this paint color is because I'm gonna use it for the house we're building. Also, this light right here is something we added not too long ago, actually. Okay, and right across from the basement door is this full bathroom. Everything in this bathroom is 100% new. Before the renovation, it was completely covered in tiles, so I think it looks great. My mom and uncle did a great job on all this tile work, and I could not ask for it to look any better. Alright, moving on to the basement. When we were looking for houses originally, Bill really wanted a basement. He wanted a man cave so bad, and when we found this house and it was fully finished, not a single part of this is not finished. It has tile on the floor, the whole place. It has a bathroom, and it even has what they call another bedroom. So technically this house is 5 bedrooms. we just never use this. Okay, actually that's a lie. We use this room, but it was all like storage. Like we never used it for a bedroom or anything like actually useful. It just stored a bunch of the junk that we didn't need to keep, basically. So it's split into two. The stairs come down the middle of the basement, and so you have this side and then you have this side. And when we originally moved in, we hung out here all the time. Like we had a couch down here, we had a TV on the wall. We loved it down here. It was nice and cool. And when we had kids, when we came back, it essentially became a playroom on this side. We put like foam tile down, and the majority of our kids' toys stayed down here. So if you come through here, you have the bathroom, which is not updated at all. This is what it looked like when we bought it, and that's what it looks like when we're leaving it. We did nothing to this bathroom, and actually we really didn't do anything to the basement at all. We just painted it. And this is the closet that the laundry chute leads to. It's right under the steps, and then you come all the way over here and you find finally a back door, which I don't know if you noticed, I didn't point it out. There's a side door off the kitchen that goes to the back deck. So this is technically our back door, is in the basement, and then we have a separate laundry area, and somebody can make this really nice, I think. I think this room could be like your dream laundry room. I just never did anything. Like you could put nice flooring down here, which I wouldn't want to do that, but you could put shiplap down here. You can make it a really nice laundry room. I just never did, mainly because it was where our dog stayed a lot of the time, and it was never gonna be nice and clean. There was always gonna be dog hair everywhere and dog food, and that was the other thing. We stored dog food down here. So it never became the man cave Bill wanted it to be, but I think that it was very useful for us to have. And we will not have a basement in our new house, so probably should turn off the light before I go down. Oh yeah, and we did replace these two lights as well recently. We're back upstairs. Trying to think if I forgot anything. I just can't believe this house might be gone soon. I don't want to be too sentimental over a house, because I know we're going to do so many great things in our new house. We're gonna bring home new babies, hopefully, and make new memories, but it is kind of bittersweet to see things change when you know what you've gone through while you live in a place. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this empty house tour, and I'm so glad that I filmed all this house for myself. And if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.